Welcome back to Real Geek Media, November 14th, 2024. We're here with author Christopher Michael Blake. We're here with special guest Travis Christopher. I am Hayden Stoll. It is time for funny and weird news stories. Christopher, what do you got for us this week?
Hayden, imagine you were the boy from the M. Night Shyamalan movie, the one where he talks to dead people. What was the name of that movie? It was
Sixth Sense.
Sixth Sense, right? And you could talk to just one person. Who would that person be?
Ooh, any dead person?
One dead person's going to haunt you and not leave you alone. Who would that be?
Oh, man.
Travis, you have an answer by any chance?
I do. Actually, there is one person. My eldest brother, Steven, who he passed away when I was younger. You notice, like, when you have an angel on one shoulder and a devil on the other, he would be my permanent devil character on my shoulder telling me to do dumb stuff. Because half the time, all my dumb stories come up with, what would Steven do? And I could totally understand that. So, me and him, we're getting into some trouble together. You said he's haunted me. I could live with that.
Hayden, you got anybody?
Man, I do not know. I would say my grandfather, but that's not like a negative thing. That's a positive.
So, by the way, for those of you in the audience who are not aware, these are real news stories taken from national headlines. We don't make this stuff up. We don't embellish it. We don't talk politics. But according to New York Post, this mystic says the Ouija board helps her connect with a dead Fast and Furious star.
Paul Walker?
You can't make this stuff up.
Oh,
Spiritual advisor Ari Lyons, 41, says she heard from a client's son who hung himself accidentally and another client's dead ex-husband who said he was in hell and apologized for abusing her. She says she really doesn't comprehend until she was around 12 years old and her grandmother passed away and she started communicating with the dead. And she started saying that apparently she had a connection with Paul Walker for about a year after he died, which was kind of weird, she said. I heard his voice in my room and I instantly knew who he was.
The TV was on.
Did she tell him that he helped that franchise make $1 billion?
It gets even worse, Travis, because apparently all he could talk about was himself.
Wow,
he said,
self-centered ghost.
He says he was following me around for an entire week. I don't remember exactly what he said, but I remember he kept on talking. I saw him wearing a white shirt and blue jeans. He told me about his new movie coming out.
Yes.
Who knew you could do promotions from the other side?
Brace yourself for brick mansions.
Apparently, it was also kind of like a dating app because apparently he told her, I like the ocean and I like being outside. And sure enough, she Googled that, and that's what it said.
Makes you wonder which happened first. Did she Google that first?
I want Patrick Swayze. He's got a little bit more of that ghost in him.
Yeah. This spiritual advisor also recalls a particularly intense experience of the Ouija board during a gathering with friends in her early 20s, where they all put their hands on the planchette and started moving really fast and started spelling words. She didn't say what the word was. But, I can't imagine you finally get to talk to somebody from the other side, and then it's kind of like Paul Walker shows up. It's like, I'm a little disappoined today. It's
surprise. It's me, Paul Walker.
Couldn't get me Michael Jackson? I mean, Does
it say she's a fan?
It does not. But it's like, oh, the guy in my dream shows up and he's burnt to a crisp. I don't know.
So that's funny. Would it be crispy Paul Walker or would it be not crispy Paul Walker?
What concerns me is how did the guy escape from hell to come out and communicate?
Paul Walker went to hell?
No, this is the other guy. It was kind of like one of those. I want to apologize to my ex-wife for abusing her because I'm now in hell type of deal. Oh
boy.
I don't know. This is only a taste, Christopher. It gets worse as we go. Believe me, a lot worse. Travis, I have to ask you. You were in the military. Did you ever see anything like UFOs?
Honestly, I have not. I did work at the air station at Camp Pendleton, California. I saw a lot of different aircrafts coming and going. I haven't had that kind of experience with that. I'd like to. I want to pull a Will Smith and punch me some aliens. I want to have a good time with it.
Welcome
You
to
know,
Earth.
Stinky
Maybe see what it's
motherfucker.
like if I can go have drinks with them, do some really stupid stuff. But nah, I haven't been blessed enough to do that.
So we believe here on Real Geek Media that the truth is out there, much like the X-Files, and that would make Hayden David Duchovny. I hate to say I'm Gillian Anderson, but here we go. So Lauren Boebert, you know, the congresswoman, she probes UFO experts on the existence of underwater alien bases on Earth. This is according to the New York Post. And she says the American people are being kept dark. During a hearing dubbed Unidentified Anomalous Phenomena Exposing the Truth, Boebert asks a bunch of whistleblowers about their experience with UAPs, specifically ones that are coming out of the water. And she says, do you guys have any information about an alien base underwater? What do you think their answer is?
Well, yes, of course we do.
Yeah.
They
As a
said
matter
no.
of fact,
They have no information about a base underwater. However, she goes on to ask them, well, how about spacecraft coming out of the water? They say absolutely. So they apparently have a 12-page report on an alleged secret program run by the Pentagon called the Immaculate Constellation, and it has a number of instances involving UAPs in the ocean. Yeah. And
Abyss.
apparently, go ahead.
This was real.
Look, apparently they have footage of an orb coming out of the ocean and being met with another orb. Yeah.
That's it.
These technologies are capable. These technological capabilities have been observed in these oceanic UAPs defy our current understanding of physics / human engineering capabilities. And the whistleblower seems like they all surpass us.
Good to know. We might get to punch the alien after all.
Well, I don't know about that. Travis, if you were looking to promote your next comedy routine, where would you go to promote your next comedy routine, your next comedy show?
That's going to be a tough one. I'm actually getting ready. I'm packing up the house. I'm headed down south, so I'm going to have to pick up and restart. It's going to suck, but, you know, sometimes you got to have change. I go all over New Jersey. Any open mic night, you're going to see me there. I'm chasing a dream, you know. I'm willing to go anywhere. I was going to Philly, New York, but the holidays, I'm just getting ready to focus on that and head south. But any open mic night, I'm going to be there.
Would you be surprised to know that you could promote your next appearance and your comedy genius here at RealGeekMedia.com, where for the simple price of $30 for 2 episodes, plus our website, we would promote you to our large-scale audience. Hayden, that's like what? The amount of people that are like a Taco Bell given like what, every 15 minutes? I don't know, something to that effect.
In that ballpark.
Yeah, that's a ballpark figure. That's not including the guys in the bathroom, by the way. But yeah, so again, that's www.realgeekmedia.com. Click on the ad for support us, donate here, or if you want to go ahead and be a promotional sponsor, we'll go ahead and we'll promote you. We'll run your ad here in this placement time, in this slot, during our movie segment and during the news. Hayden, we're going to keep it moving here. It's getting late. Do you know who Piff the Magic Dragon is? Either of you?
That's the dog, right?
Well, that's the comedian. And I'll show you this guy's picture because we talked last week about clones, Hayden. Clones.
Mm-hmm.
And Hayden, you said you think there are clones. Travis, do you think there are clones in our world today?
I definitely believe the cloned aliens. I think we're definitely going to have clone people real soon.
So it hasn't happened yet because Kristen Cavallari said, I'll get into that next. But apparently, Piff the Magic Dragon lost his dog. You know, it died very, very, very bad circumstances. He had Chihuahua, and he got it cloned.
What?
He's now walking around with the clone after 2 years.
What?
Yes, he's got his pet cloned.
How did that set him back?
This is Mr. Piffles 2.0.
Oh, yes.
He added, it's just not a dog who looks like him. Mr. Piffles 2 is 100% genetically identical to Mr. Piffles OG. It's like a way for Mr. Piffles' spirit to move on. Piff admits he was inspired to pursue cloning after learning Barbara Streisand had done it for one of her dogs.
So this has been done before. Like, I knew they did goats and stuff like that. They're doing dogs now.
He says he turns to Google for his answers and ultimately reached out to a company called Viagen to make his dream a reality. I think we've seen this movie before.
Oh my
God. Fast forward to today, Mr. Piffles 2 is now 2 years old, and Piff explains that Chihuahua has been Piffles OG's understudy for some time and confirms he'll be performing Mr. Piffles 2 moving forward. Yeah.
Yikes.
He currently has the Las Vegas residency, by the way. I'm not sure what he does there. It's some kind of mix of comedy and magic, I believe.
Would you clone a pet?
No. It's a hard process to go through. I've lost several pets, and none of them are ever easy, and they all bring tears to my eyes. But I don't think I would do that to myself and my family. And the grieving process is a natural thing. And you know, I was never considered myself a cat person. Now I have 2 cats. I was always a dog person.
I feel like it's you're touching on stuff that, you know, you may be a sick individual if you're cloning your dog. And, you know, there's a whole grieving process that you just said. That's part of life, right? You grieve, you move on. Another pet becomes part of the family. Like this, I feel like is dog passed. I can't move past this. I need that dog back. I think you probably should seek help.
Yeah, we don't need no pet cemetery, anything like that. I got 2 dogs that are older. They are 11 and 13, and I know that dogs don't last forever, but once they cross that rainbow bridge, I'm going to rescue another one. So I don't need their same replacements. I don't need none of that. I just want closure for them and then go give another dog a fresh start.
100%.
Well spoken. Now, Hayden, last week we talked about Kristen Cavallari, and she believes that one pop star in particular is a clone. Travis, do you know who that would be? Take any guesses? She might be a little cuckoo in the head. It's not Angelina Jolie.
Justin Bieber.
You're getting close. Britney Spears. She believes that Britney Spears is a clone. So Kristen Cavallari on her podcast, The Cabal is Trying to Silence Me. I'm not kidding with that. That's the name of the podcast. Reveals that Britney Spears asked for her phone number, and they had a brief text message about this whole clone business.
How did that go?
Well, apparently she refused to produce the text messages, Kristen, because she goes, it's very odd, some of the stuff that Britney was kind of saying, and she didn't want to put that out there because it was private. But the one thing she said was, Britney came out and said, I am not a clone. I can assure you,
I am not a crook.
What do you think Kristen Cavallari's response to that was? That's exactly what a clone would say.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, yeah, that's like saying, are you this yet? I am not. Well, you denied it. You must be.
You must be. Yep.
She says that's a fucking red flag.
Can we get her on this show, please? Like, Brittany might be a little different right now. You know, she got her freedoms or what. But, yeah, and that's a whole new wavelength right there.
How would a clone know you're not a clone, though? They wouldn't.
You go back to the whole Schwarzenegger movie, right?
That was
Yeah.
good. That was
The
what?
sixth
twins?
day. The sixth day.
Yeah, good movie. I liked it. Michael Rooker. Yeah.
Yeah. Or
Good
the
movie.
seventh day, whatever. I think it was called the sixth day.
So I have to ask you guys, moving on, where is the weirdest place you guys have had sex? Not together, by the way, just
Take me to dinner first.
only out for coffee, first date.
I was a public park.
Oh, public park. Okay. I was in the parking lot of a hotel.
I would say
All you can eat night at Red Lobster.
that's a toss up between back of a helicopter or confession box.
Oh yeah, there you go. I love
You
that.
are burning in hell for that one, Trav.
Love
I really am.
Are you a clone?
I could be. What's the telltale sign? Do I got to check for like a belly button or something?
There's a trademark
What's the
on your
rule?
thumbprint. There's a trademark.
So, according to New York Post, this is today, by the way, the Secret Service agent invited his lover to Obama's Hawaii mansion, suggesting having sex in the former First Lady's bathroom.
That's a
Now-
boss move.
I can't imagine, right? Hey, I'll take you to the Obama's mansion for the weekend. And we're not going to use their bed. No.
The shitter.
Yeah, that's right. Right where Michelle goes.
Right
Yes.
to the shitter. Right to the shitter.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Classy.
And apparently it was his former girlfriend who wrote the book, by the way, the Secret Service. So she just outed him.
It wasn't even hit. Like she outed him. Oh,
Well, it says Undercover Heartbreak, a memoir of trust and trauma written by the agent's ex, Correa Dewan, detailed how the agent broke protocol in an apparent bid to impress his then gal pal by sending her photos of the house and even suggesting a tour of the mansion when the Obamas weren't home. No one will know, the agent said. Oh, au contraire. If anything, he says, I'm the one who's going to get in trouble. And then he says, I guess this is like the pickup line of them all, right? It's like, we should have sex in Michelle Obama's bathroom.
The light bulb goes on.
It's kind of like the Mile High Club.
she didn't insist on at least the bedroom.
Look.
Oh boy.
So, of course, on November 6, 2022, a Secret Service agent involved in protective functions brought an individual who did not have authorized access into the residence without permission. As soon as the Secret Service became aware of the incident, the agent involved was immediately suspended and terminated. So not only was he lost his job, he gets outed by his ex-girlfriend.
Did somebody say terminated? I'll be back.
Talk about this one, right? Apparently, during the book, she found out that the agent was leading a double life because guess what? He was married.
Damn, he hit
Wow.
the trifecta.
Yikes.
He claimed he was divorced, but later she found out he was still married.
Oof.
She emailed the agent's boss, who she previously met, about concerns of the safety of the agent, his family, and her own safety, leading to a sit-down between her and the other agents. I'm sure they reveled in that one. Oh, you want to come on in? Oh, you're the chick who was going to have sex in the bathroom, right? We got to see what you look like, right? Yeah.
Oh man.
Imagine sending that HR report. Yes, just to let you agents know, please do not have sex in Michelle Obama's bathroom.
Yeah. Apparently, he also sent her photos of Alicia Keys' house, Spielberg's boats, as well as Melinda Gates, Tyler Perry, and Amal Clooney's houses as well, according to the book. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Yeah. So, just curious where you guys were kind of dealing. We talked about new advances in technology all the time here on Real Geek Media. And of course, there's a new threat out there, and it's the Death Star laser weapon made by China. Have you guys seen this?
No.
This is by the NewYorkPost.com.
I have not.
China makes breakthrough advance in new Death Star laser weapon, report says. A new high-powered microwave weapon combines many small electromagnetic waves to make one large focused laser beam, much like the Death Star from Star Wars, which destroys planets by firing a particular beam, comprised of several smaller sources.
I love that they have to explain that. Like we didn't. Like who hasn't seen Star Wars?
Well, I got a picture of the Death Star just in case you weren't.
No, that's the actual weapon from China.
Well, apparently they've been chasing, according to the article, electronic weapons for a while now, like electric weapons now for a while. But this one will only be used in space because we have the Chinese word for that. And it will only target our GPS and satellite system. So, hey, nothing to fear there.
Yeah, just knock out the satellites.
Hey, at least China's keeping us safe from the threat of Skynet, right?
There you go.
Yeah.
There
So
you
you
go.
got the supersonic missiles. Now you got this. I'm starting to miss the days when people rode on horseback with swords. Can we go backwards instead of forwards?
We'll end up
Like-
there. It's just the monkeys are going to be riding horseback. We'll get there.
This is from the New York Post also. Army Hammer's mom bought him a vasectomy for his birthday after cannibalism scandal. We happen to have, good luck tonight, is that Army Hammer is here in studio with us.
Our correspondent, Army Hammer.
Army, how you doing today? Hayden, how you doing? Travis, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Army, I got to ask, is your mother a cannibal?
So a lot of people say that, Hayden, but it's not true. She only ate the foreskin after my circumcision.
Oh, Jesus. Good Lord.
Little off the tip.
It's not funny, Travis. Some people, that's the most sensitive part, but it's also the most delicious when you eat a person. So I've heard. I don't know that that's true, but that's what I've heard.
Army, how are the kids doing?
Hayden, they're doing wonderful. I had 3 at one time, but I ate one because I got hungry. I have 2 now.
Dear God.
Travis, have you ever been up on?
Please, home.
Have you ever been up on stage and just wanted to pick a person out from the audience and maybe chew on their feet or their hands?
Oh, I've really wanted to eat a girl in the audience, but in a completely different type of style. You do you, bro, but when I eat somebody, it's in a whole different way.
I'm an equal opportunity eater. I eat men and female.
Army, was this a surprise gift?
The way it worked out was is my mom, I'm 38 years old and I'm done having kids. And my mom was like, I can't support you anymore and you pay all your child support. So we're going to eat some more children or get a vasectomy. And it's kind of frowned on to eat kids nowadays. So I got to look at the vasectomy.
Yeah, that will get you put on a list or two.
Yeah.
I'm already on those lists, Travis. They're no fun. I'll tell you. I had to move to the Bahamas and to the Bermuda. I leave the country. My ex-wife's looking for me. I'm in hiding. I only come out to do Real Geek Media interviews.
Any word on Lone Ranger 2?
I was going to, but I ate Tonto.
Nope. How about Facebook 2? The social networks.
Unfortunately, I'm barred from using Facebook. I've been trying to lure people, and it's not working out. They keep picking me out of lineups. I don't know how they figure it out. It's me. Something about cannibalism. It's not right, Hayden. They're discriminating against me.
So, What do you have on the side with the people? Like, what's your side dishes?
Ravioli.
Yeah, just sprinkle it a little on top. Have some ravioli with you.
Pubic hair. Put some pubic hair on there. It tastes delicious. You can floss your teeth with the pubic hair, and then you eat them. They taste delicious. You can put them in the freezer. They keep real well for about 6 months.
Hey, don't make fun of good dental hygiene.
That's good for the teeth. And then you can use the bones. Have you ever seen Silence of the Lambs? he wanted to use the skin and wear it as a dress. I used the skin and put some barbecue sauce on it. It's quite tasty.
I don't know. I like the Burbs when they found the femur. At least then you could share it with the animals.
There you
That's
go.
totally unrealistic. We eat the bone marrow where I come from.
Bone marrow. What are you, an MMA fighter?
I'm an eater, not a lover.
Fair
Apparently.
enough.
Apparently.
So yes,
Army Hammer. Army Hammer, ladies and gentlemen.
Travis, in all fairness, I did warn you that was quite terrible.
Yeah, I might have nightmares later on tonight.
You think it's easy to find that picture of Army Hammer with the hair sticking up
You-
after a drug
listen,
binge, but it's
You
not.
need,
Let me tell you.
you need to put it right next to the pyramid of the parasite, hanging on the drapes right there.
Yeah.
No, that's like some Ace Ventura part 2 when he what did they call him? A Quinciocha or what was it? Oh man. White devil. Is he not amazing in that? Come
Yes.
I have to ask you guys, are you guys planning on shopping for Black Friday deals anytime soon?
Online.
Online or in person?
I am not going physically to a store.
What about
As
you,
long as
Travis?
it's not on Thanksgiving, it has to be the next day. I don't do that same day as Thanksgiving. Typically, I want to enjoy time with the family.
You guys would be surprised to know, but on the New York Post, I give this woman a lot of credit. She writes about a lot of deals and stuff like that. And this is today, by the way. She says, my favorite rabbit vibrator is $77 off ahead of Black Friday.
It's a steal.
And they have pictures of the vibrator. Now, you might be saying, oh, you're kind of stretching a little bit here today, Chris. Well, she writes a review for this thing, and I want to read it to you because it's amazing. So
is
here
this
we go.
it's like an Amazon review type deal?
Yes. She goes, well, look who's decided to get a jump on their holiday shopping. And by holiday shopping, I mean treating yourself to a little battery-operated boyfriend. Because let's face it, nothing says festive cheer quite like a high-tech orgasm machine that's more reliable than your ex and less likely to ghost you after a night of passion.
Has she seen the Terminator?
Enter the Sonora Wave, the Rolls Royce of rabbit vibrators, and my personal savior. This is kind of vibrator that makes you cancel your plans,
Yes.
forget to feed your cat, and seriously consider naming it as your emergency contact. It has been my faithful companion through thick and thin,
like Robin.
through good times and bad, through that one horrific Tinder date where I wish I just stayed home with my silicone soulmate instead. The best bit, it's over $75 off its original price as an early Black Friday deal.
If she already has one, why does she need another one?
Well, she's recommending it for you. So here we go. She goes, I know what you're thinking. A sex toy for Black Friday? How depraved. Clutch your pearls all you want, but this deal is hotter than your love life, and it's time to add to your cart.
She should write wedding vows. Like the way she talks about stuff, I wish a person would talk about me like that.
Can we search her to see what else she's purchased?
Oh, I have.
Oh, you have?
And none of it's like this.
Oh, wow.
Oh, none of it. So I think she was, because it says in the top, paid endorsement, whatever, advertisement. But list the pros of the vibrator. Wave motion technology for G-spot stimulation, powerful dual motors, waterproof, long battery. It sounds like you're buying a car. Luxurious body-safe materials. Now listen to the cons.
Uh-oh.
Higher price point, but hey, that's what the sale is for. Maybe too intense for beginners.
No seatbelt, no airbag.
Is it made by Tesla?
Cleaning required extra care due to its shape. Caution may be too intense for beginners.
Need a trigger
Yeah.
warning before you turn it on.
So again, that's the Rabbit Vibrator. Look for it from Senora Waver.
Listen, there's the sponsorship right there.
And if they want to come on RealGeekMedia.com, I will have Hayden using one. That's what we do here. We got to field test this.
Product placement.
Hey, if you need a last minute gift for your relative and you don't know what to get them, that sounds like a hell of a deal.
There you go. Uncle Marty, I got your rabbit. I didn't know what else to get you. I didn't want to get you a gift card. It's so impersonal.
Aunt Louise, I hope this makes you feel better. We know you miss Uncle Marty or something.
Oh, God, that's great.
This is from the New York Post also. I'm a sexual perversion expert. These are the weirdest fetishes I've ever studied. This is written by a female. And I'm wondering, well, what makes you a sexual perversion expert?
Fair question.
But apparently Dr. Mark Griffiths, a social psychologist who studies paraphilia, sexual trait colloquially known as a fetish, in his new article for conversions, lists some of these behaviors. So I'm going to list some of them, and you tell me what you think. Vorophilia, which is...
The Greek god of...
well, no. Apparently it's harboring cannibalistic fantasies.
Oh. Army.
Damn, we should have asked Army about that.
Army.
I'm back. And I am not a vorophiliac. I fulfill those fantasies. I don't harbor them. That's the difference.
There you go.
I deny all practices of cannibalism unless they're true.
At least he does it.
Yeah.
He don't talk about it. He does it.
So that was number one, vorophilia. Number two. Oh, by the way, just in case you weren't aware, there was a gentleman by the name of Armin Hughes. And
same initials.
Oh, yeah, right. And apparently he posted around 60 online advertisements seeking someone who would agree to be eaten before meeting somebody in March of 2002 who allowed Muse to bite off the tip of his penis so the two of them could eat the flesh together before stabbing Brandis to death, all of which they videotaped.
Oh, good.
This guy's currently been sentenced to murder and is currently serving life in prison. So
that's a surprise.
That's...
Yeah, no bueno.
I got to make sure I say this one correctly. Eproctophilia. Eproctophilia. What do you think that would be?
Not a clue.
Travis?
That would... It sounds like proctology, so I'm thinking it's backdoor related.
It's getting turned on by the smell of farts.
Oh, that's pretty close.
Yes, you were very close. Yes. Apparently, there's cases where guys get turned on because they go to school and then they're tortured by other guys, like bullying, and guys are farting in their face. Well, it turns out, some of these guys are actually kind of volunteering for this behavior because they're becoming sexually stimulated by it.
Okay.
So he documents in his book that this one case where he constantly bets his male friend and the loser has to sniff the other guy's farts. We kept losing the bets intentionally, so this guy would come over and fart in his face.
Great.
And this happened every day for 2 years.
Yeah. I'd get yelled at when I accidentally Dutch opened my ex-girlfriend. So that's just some
talented Mr. Ripley shit.
Here we go. Here's the next one. Number 3 on the list. Apotemnophilia. Apotemnophilia. Any guesses?
Likes oatmeal.
No, not this time. Hayden?
Nothing. I got nothing.
Both real and imagined amputation. I'm going to try to say this again. Apotemnophilia need only to fantasize about being amputated or engaging in sex with someone who is. So it's just not you being amputated. Maybe your girlfriend needs to. What was that movie with Boxing Helena?
Oh yeah.
Oh, with
yeah.
Julian Sands.
Julian Sands, yeah.
They still haven't found his body, right?
I thought those were devotees if they had an amputation.
Well, apparently these people even go so far as to trick surgeons into cutting off their limbs.
That's dedication.
Yeah.
Grey's Anatomy. That's on next week's episode.
Number 4 is I want Army would do with those limbs, I'm sure.
Lunch.
Yeah. You got dacrophiles. And they're turned on by tears. So they have a fetish for people who cry. Yeah. And they're especially turned on by the person's lower lip when they start kind of quivering.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just tell them to go see Never Ending Story.
Yes.
And then the last one is Salurophilia. That's getting down and dirty, and they're aroused by the sight of filth and unkept bedmates. So basically, if you're on a Charlie Brown special and it's
Pigpen.
Oh yeah, that giant big mess behind them, you're popping some wood. You're popping some wood.
Oh boy.
So we've kind of brushed over Diddy a little bit, the whole P. Diddy saga. Travis, what's your take on these whole freak off things that's going on with P. Diddy?
Oh, I was out in California for quite a few years, and
time out. Before we continue, do you need an attorney? You are advised of your Fifth Amendment rights. If you were involved in any way, you don't have to answer this question.
No, but if he does want to pay me off, I'm down. But
Go ahead.
yeah, you always hear stories about stuff, people doing certain things, hanging out with people. It's kind of like how it just used to be. People used to drink and party. Do I think if things probably went too far? Yeah, but you know how it is. I believe there could be some real victims in there. I don't ever want to discredit the victim, but there are also people that were willing participants too. So it's kind of like that balance. Like, I'm sure there has to be a few times where things cross the line, but there's also people trying to just ride the coattails of everything else. Especially when you hear that there's like 100 people trying to do lawsuits and stuff like that and demanding settlements from how many lawsuits is it up to now?
I don't even know.
And also, Diddy, I remember you. I'm throwing my name in there. Give me some money. Not much, just a little bit.
Travis, have you ever participated in any? I kind of feel like we're on the movie Airplane. It's like, hey, Billy, did you ever?
You like gladiator movies?
Yeah, exactly. Right. It's like, at what point during your sex parties, Travis, did you hook up an IV to a woman?
I haven't tried that yet.
For 2 days, 2 or 3 days.
Okay. I have been with a girl who worked at a hospital.
It's bad taste,
so we did have it in the hospital, but there was no IVs that I remember.
Good for you. Man, you're getting it in all over the place. I got to live your life, man. I'll tell you.
That's the thing that sucks when you work one shift at like a normal job and then she works overnight. So you kind of like the only time you're getting someone had it was a rough relationship. But, that was actually the thing. We were just talking about fetish. Me, why not try it in different places except the beach? Never again. But dude, you get sand in places you don't want sand.
It's the Anakin Skywalker. I hate sand.
And giving girls crabs gets it a whole new meaning.
This is from TMZ as a segue there.
Bob Costas segue.
Wow, I'm on TMZ. Nice.
Yes. Ray J. He says, this is what he says. He says, celebs are telling me they're paying off the alleged P. Diddy victims in order to stay quiet. So Ray J says he's been contacted by multiple celebs who are so scared about their affiliation with Diddy, they're going to the alleged victims and paying them to keep quiet. And some of these high-profile people are trying to cut alleged victims off at the past, even before they make their money demands. So you might have a case there if you could just kind of find a celebrity or two and be like, "Hey, Alec Baldwin."
Yeah, just it don't even got to be much. You can send me, Dunkin' Donuts gift card, Amazon gift card. I'm not picky. Just a little something, something.
There you go.
So, at what point do you think the feds go knock on Ray J's door and say, "Under subpoena, could you tell us who these celebrities are who are making these payments?"
Oh man, you would think it would happen, but
You're saying the Justice Department's not on TMZ?
Oh, he could just hire his ex. Isn't Kim Kardashian like a lawyer now or something like that?
Look,
Like-
I know she tried, right? I failed miserably at it.
I think she finally passed the bar.
Did she
though,
pass?
But
I know
I
she
mean,
was studying for I think they call it the baby bar.
right.
And
Yeah.
she was trying to be like, "Hey, Kim, you know how I helped you with that tape back in the day? Come brother, come on."
Hayden, where's the most dangerous place in the world?
India.
Hayden, I'm disappointed you don't know this answer. It's a layup.
Oh, San Francisco.
McDonald's.
Oh, McDonald's. Gotcha.
Duh. Come on now. So I kind of cheated with this one, but I thought it was interesting. This is from August 2nd, and it's from the Fox Business News, by the way. McDonald's employee sentenced to prison for setting dumpster on fire because the restaurant was too crowded.
Oh,
That's different.
so what?
Oh, it gets better. So, okay.
Oh, boy.
A McDonald's employee working in a store in Savannah, Georgia, was sentenced to 5 years in federal prison after pleading guilty to lighting a fire inside of a dumpster to clear out the customers because the restaurant was overcrowded. Joshua Darrell McGregor, 34, was working at the restaurant in April of 2023 when he became frustrated that the store was too busy. He intentionally set a fire in an effort to draw out or damage someone else's property. I guess he lit a piece of cardboard on fire, threw it in the dumpster outside the restaurant. It was already full of other cardboard and other flammable materials. He then goes back to work, acting like nothing happens. He also films the fire with a cell phone and then posts it on social media. He was in training to be a manager at the establishment. Now, I can't think of anything kind of...
I mean, he's got management written all over him.
Well, how crowded do
Yeah.
you think prison
I mean,
is,
that's
out of
like
curiosity?
look at the amount of critical thinking he did to set the fire, to clear the customers out in an overcrowded restaurant, because he was thinking of the OSHA violation.
He was just trying to motivate his employees. That's all.
I'm surprised he's
put a
not vice
fire
president
under
of the
their
company.
He should do what everybody else did and just do an E. coli bacteria. But yeah, so he's going to prison for the next 5 years. But I'm sitting here thinking to myself, 34, still at McDonald's.
I mean, he was career, upward. He was moving up. I mean, when he gets out, he's going to be like, vice president of the playgrounds at McDonald's.
How crowded do you think prison is, out of curiosity?
He's going to start a fire in there too. Clear it out.
I don't know.
Yeah, that one's going to be rough. We got prison overcrowding as it is, but hey, if he wants to help clear them out, go
There's too
for
many
it.
people in here. I got to light a fire.
I don't know. There's some kind of Philia's going on in there. I don't know.
Tell him to try lighting his farts. 2 birds, 1 stone. Well, people are in there apparently.
Apparently. Here we go. This one's from Microsoft News, apparently. Grovetown McDonald's employee charged with punching customer in the face over their order. Columbia County Sheriff's Office is investigating a McDonald's employee who allegedly punched a 19-year-old customer in the face Monday night during a dispute over an incorrect drive-thru order. The customer allegedly entered the business to complain about her order being wrong, so it's a female,
Oh, okay.
and got into an argument with the employee. The employee at least struck the 19-year-old customer in the face with a closed fist and then continued to punch her with both hands. Camera footage then shows the employee striking the customer multiple times in the face before just leaving. Now, this is the worst part. You ready? Both the employee and customer were arrested for trespass from the property. You can't win.
Wow.
McDonald's. Love it. Da-da-da-da-da.
I'm loving it.
I do love it.
You cannot say it with that hymn. Come on.
Oh, I eat there once or twice a week, and I complain about it all the time because this is not good. But I'm so conditioned from my childhood. It's like pain. Give me the pain.
Yeah, but we've all had that customer we've wanted to hit. I've never struck a woman. If it was a male customer, I could definitely see it happening, but can't be doing that.
Are either of you guys Yellowstone fans?
I haven't watched in a while.
I am actually about to start. My daughter convinced me to watch it, so I'm going to give it a start.
Well, spoiler alert. John Dutton died in this week's episode. Now, there was some online backlash and some questions raised. Is it possible John Dutton faked his death on the show? And the reason I bring this up is because, according to New York Post, it's November 11th, missing Wisconsin father of 3 fakes his death, disappears, and flees the country. So I have to ask, what are the extremes that you would get out of trying not to pay child support in this country? I mean, I'm just sitting here thinking to myself, I'm like, if I needed the grand plan to escape and just get away, would I be willing to fake my own death, flee to Europe, because I guess that's where he went, and start over in another country? Because apparently that's what he did.
I pay child support, and it ain't that bad. If I'm going to fake my death, it's got to be more than for what child support.
So apparently this search among the local community in Wisconsin lasted 8 weeks. They found an overturned kayak and life jacket. Authorities believe belonged to the missing father. His vehicle was found in the Dodge Memorial Park. But as local law enforcement and dive teams scoured the water, they found that the Borgwart, that's his name, Borgwart, fled to Europe. So how do you think that they found out he went to Europe, Hayden?
He sent a postcard.
No, how about you, Travis? What do you think he said? Or did?
I think he posted on Instagram.
You're closer than him. Sheriff's office finally got a lead when the investigators took a new approach in early October and began looking through his computer files and international partnerships to find any crumbs Borgwart may have left behind. And to their surprise, they found that his name had been checked by law enforcement in Canada the day after he was reported missing. His laptop had the most evidence, leaving a lengthy digital trail for authorities to follow. You would think that you would take the laptop and take it out back and set it on fire like the arsonist from McDonald's, but, no. There on the laptop, they find he's been communicating with a woman from Uzbekistan. Opened up a whole new bank account, looked into moving his funds to foreign banks, wiped his computer, but the digital footprint still remained. So you got to be careful with that pornography when you're downloading it, I'll tell you. Because they will get you for that.
You can't just clear your browser history anymore.
Yeah, cachet doesn't work. I know. It's a pain in the ass. Not that I would know. The missing father's plot was elaborately planned. He even acquired a new passport late in May and left the original one at home before the kayaking trip. He even purchased a life insurance policy for $375,000. But they believe he's fled to Europe and are pleading for him to return on behalf of his family. I'm sure it's not because they wanted to arrest him. It's probably because they wanted to pay child support. So I'm going to show you guys a picture. If you guys could tell me what this is.
Those dogs? can't. I have no idea.
A furry outfit.
You're close, Travis. So
I'm close on everything, but I'm still missing.
no. I'm going to tell you what it is. So you guys have seen the new scam where people were driving in front of you, they hit their brakes, and then they reverse into you for an insurance scam.
Yeah.
You guys have seen the videos, right? It's becoming very popular. Well, apparently this couple out in California said, we really need to get some insurance money for our car. Well, honey, why don't you go dress up like a bear, go into the car, and I'll film you in the car destroying the interior of the car, because bears have been breaking the cars all over California. And we'll submit to the insurance company and say the bear destroyed our car. So this was the outfit that the guy used. You can't make this up, by the way. This is from the the AP News, by the way. Insurers say bear that damaged luxury cars was actually a person in costume. Yeah, and they're charged with defrauding. You say, well, what are you going to get, $5,000, $6,000 for this? Oh, no. It's called Operation Bear Claw. The California Insurance Department said 4 Los Angeles residents were arrested Wednesday, accused of defrauding 3 insurance companies out of nearly, hold on to your seatbelts, $142,000 by claiming a bear had caused damage to their vehicles. Yeah, 142 grand.
Wow.
However, detectives found some evidence that kind of didn't look right, and when they looked at the video, one of the insurance adjusters was like, "That's a person."
Don't submit a video. You gotta do like a picture, something with plausible deniability, like Bigfoot. Come on.
After executing the search warrant, detectives found the bear costume in the suspect's home. Da-da-da-da-da.
Was it in the bedroom?
I don't know where it was.
They were wearing it.
Maybe it's luckily he wasn't. He might have been shot. It's a bear. You see the claws on that thing too?
Basket.
Yeah. Last but not least, so last headline is tomorrow night's fight between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. Now, Hayden, we discussed this months ago. Has Mike Tyson's recent health issues swayed your mind at all about what the outcome of this is going to be?
No. I hope he wins, though. I really do.
So you think Jake Paul is going to win?
I do. Just the age is what's getting me.
How about you, Travis? Who do you think is going to win this fight?
I don't care how old he gets. I don't care if people think he's out of his mind or he's not as sharp as he's used to. I've seen all of his fights. I have them recorded, everything. He's the baddest man on the planet. I firmly believe he's going to. He might not knock him out in the first round, but he's going to whoop that ass. I'm hoping, I was a little let down. I was kind of hoping when they matched up, it'd be like back in the day at WrestleMania 18 when he went toe-to-toe with Stone Cold Steve Austin. But that was a little lackluster, but I think Mike's just focused. He's in the game.
So, Hayden, it looks like that you have guessed right. On BetMGM, Tyson is now plus 200. So basically, you bet some money, you go get money. Jake Paul is minus 200. DraftKings is about 170. They say that, at least this is what the Las Vegas sports book is basically saying, that all the professional gamblers and all the professional boxing associates who are taking bets all seem to believe that Jake Paul is going to win. However, there's a large amount of money coming in on Tyson from fans, devoted people like Travis out there who just are hoping for the vintage Iron Mike to come out and whoop some ass this week. And I personally would love to see that too. Preliminary card begins at 5:30 p.m. Main card begins at 8 p.m. This will be on Netflix. So if you have Netflix, 8 p.m. tomorrow, Hayden.
I'll
Travis.
be watching.
Quick question for you, for both of you, actually. Is there any? What is your favorite fight that either of you have ever seen? Any boxing bout?
Here we go. I'm not gonna go boxing.
Okay.
I haven't watched much boxing. I remember when Iron Mike came out of prison. He got back into the ring. It was his return match, and the guy tripped and fell. And then his guy threw the towel real quick and was like, "Yeah, this is done. We can't have this. We can't." And I'm like, "The guy didn't even throw a punch. What do you mean you're giving up already? You've been training for like almost a year for this fight." And I'm like, "But no, my favorite fight is Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, WrestleMania, the first one." It's classic. It's a good one. It's good.
For Tyson fights, they were all like events when I was a kid, right? Like you go over your buddy's house, we're watching the Tyson fight. So like they wouldn't last long, but you'd get so hyped, just be like, oh man, he's gonna get this guy. Next thing you know, boom, guy's knocked out. Anyone in particular, nothing really comes to mind, but I do remember watching a lot of those at my friend's house when I was a kid.
Yeah. So for wrestling, funny enough, you said that. Mine was Mankind, Undertaker, the Hell in a Cell when he got thrown off the top, because it was like time stood still. But the Tyson fight is when he fought the guy that beat Ali, and Ali just goes to Mike and he's like, "For me, beat him." And Mike Tyson's just like, "I got this," and beat the ever-loving piss out of him in front of everybody. That was just like, that was just after he got out of jail, and he was just like, "I got this."
Yeah, he's a badass man.
It's going to be a huge draw no matter what happens. Well, I'm hoping that the fight does go a little bit and that people do get their money out of this. You know, I like to see more of this kind of stuff.
Be better than that dude that tried fighting him on the plane.
Yeah.
Y'all heard about that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That was a while ago, though, right?
Yeah.
Never understood that, trying to fight like a Mike Tyson or the dude that ran up and drop kicked Arnold Schwarzenegger and bounced off. No, he literally bounced off him. He turned.
I saw the video. Yeah.
Oh, you saw it?
Yeah. It was like a karate tournament or something like that, wasn't it?
Yeah, he was like a spectator or something, and Arnold's back was turned to him. He just runs up, missile drop kick, and just bounces.
He just saw somebody pushed into him by accident. He Schwarzenegger didn't even move. He's like, what's going on back there? Yeah. No, I'm not kidding. That's yeah. Hayden, you have anything else for tonight?
No, that's all we got. I'd like to thank Travis Christopher for being our guest this evening. Thank you, Travis. I hope you can join us again at some point. And I'm Hayden Stoll for Christopher Michael Blake and Travis Christopher. This has been Real Geek Media. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.